All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Nixyaawii Golden Eagle Basketball. That's right, I'm your host, JD from The Rez Show. I'm up here flying solo today. My partner in crime, Mr. Wyatona, had to stay back on the Rez. He didn't get his permit okayed, so he was not allowed to leave the Rez today, which is a big bummer for him. So I'm it. I'm your guy for the next two games. I'm calling the boys' varsity game and also the girls' varsity game, so I hope you won't get tired of my voice. I'll give you the play-by-play action. The boys, Nixyaawii boys, coming off from a win last night, a really nice win. They turned around and took it to the town. They were looking pretty hard fast there for the first half. End up hammering down right there at the second half, bringing a win to the Golden Eagles, 54-35 to the Highlanders. Didn't stop. Of course, the big news there, Mr. Yodi Jackson got smacked in the face so many times that his glasses actually broke. I see he's wearing his backup glasses tonight. He also tried throwing up for a three-pointer tonight, and I'm going to let you know that I've heard rumors he's going to try to do it again tonight. Now, some of the stats that we were able to bring to you from last night: Aaron Barkley, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. Cowdy Jackson, my personal favorite, the Rez Show's personal favorite player out there, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and a big old bare hand block. Dylan Abrahamson, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks. And Kirk Hool, 6 rebounds. And, of course, the main man of the hour, Mr. Baron Moses, 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals. He definitely was the Golden Eagle player of the game last night. So we got about a couple minutes before we go live here. Before the action starts up here. Stay tuned. We'll have a small little break in halftime. Since I am by myself, I don't know if I'm going to be able to interview anybody today. I will try my best to find somebody. I'm actually going to try recruiting one of the boys to help me commentate. Boots with the Fur is not up here either. There's rumors that he might be showing up, which would be awesome. But yeah, coming over the mountain, Little Harry there right around Immigrant Springs. Saw a couple cars slide off. Cool part is I see a couple of our tribal members. They did make it up. Got Josh. Of course, you got all of our normal coaches and stuff. Jeremy Barkley leading the boys tonight. His assistant there, his little brother, Little Barkley. And unfortunately, Board of Trustees member Aaron who's the other assistant coach, had to stay and work. You know, that just goes to show you that even though basketball is way of life, when you got to work, you got to work. So, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Hope you tuned in last night for our interview with the brand new assistant coach to the girls, Dion Bronson. She had an opportunity to get her feet wet a little bit yesterday and was helping out Mike, Bad Warrior, out there. The girls did suffer a pretty monumental loss last night. They were all over the place. The best way to put it is they were just it felt like they were just wearing 2 left shoes all night long. And hopefully tonight they learned some lessons, learned some keys, took some takeaways. It's okay to fall down as long as you get right back up and start putting hammer down, so to speak. So, other than that, Baker High School hosting this big tournament. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be back up here tomorrow. Now, I know for a fact Wyatona will be back up with me. He's also going to be throwing out some cues on the Facebook as well as YouTube. And, he's going to turn around and be commentating whatever he can, putting his 2 cues in there. I got to make sure he goes to the Facebook KCUW. That's the only one I have access to turn around and get comments. And you can go to YouTube and post comments on there also. But for those of you that are watching on YouTube, on the screen there's an opportunity to hit subscribe. And what that means is that every single time we go live with any kind of event, powwow, basketball, whatever live event, KCUW is hosting it, it will turn around and send you a notification that we've gone live and you can tune into it at any given time. So help us out. Subscribe. Be a loyal listener. It only gets better from here on out. The cool thing is a lot of the high schools are helping us out and giving us resources that we can use to try to stream a little bit better. Now, here's the thing, is I also want to let you know that we will not be able to stream any video of district tournaments or state. Now, you'll still be able to hear us. OSAA has a lockdown on those rights. So you'll still be able to hear us. We'll try to still go to the game, when we will still throw up our camera on the scoreboard. We will just not be able to actually show any actual game content. So just keep that in mind as the actual season starts here in a short couple weeks. Also, just heard, throwing my phone around now all of a sudden. Heard some news that I'm waiting for confirmation about. Some unfortunate news back at home there on Nixyaawii land, but it is what it is. So, a couple more minutes, we'll get the tip-off rolling here. We're glad you tuned in. 104.1 KCUW, LP Pendleton. Also, stick around in a very upcoming next few weeks. Also, we are hoping to, we have some new equipment going in at the radio station. There will be a couple days where you'll have some interrupted service, but shouldn't be for very long. We got a new transponder up. There's also talks to start looking at how to make it a little bit more powerful, so that way more people can reach it, more people can hear it, and you know, we will see how that turns out. Also, in the new year, we also got unofficial word that it's looking pretty good, that Res Show, more specifically KCUW, will be getting us some nicer, newer equipment to try and bring you a couple different, couple extra cameras, some different headsets, a dedicated laptop, better graphics. We're going to make it really, really good. It's been a long time coming to try and get the content that all of our people have been dying to watch. And with the new variant of the nasty COVID out there, I think it's just a matter of time before we kind of start reducing in-person hanging out. So all the more reason for us to try and continue this and make sure it's the best we could possibly be. By the way, Nixyaawii boys tonight wearing the black jerseys, looking pretty good, playing up against Grant Union. Now, we just faced these guys a couple weeks ago. Some of you guys know that I have affectionately named a couple of young men down here, Big Mullet and Little Mullet. I think that was a different game. I don't see any more mullets down here. I think they probably heard my podcast, heard the cast, and said, yep, no more mullets. So we got less than a minute, and we're going to get going here. Again, Grant Union against Nixyaawii Golden Eagles. Supposed to be, if it's anything like last game, it should be a really, really good game. Last game, was a lot of good sportsmanship. Our referees, we got a couple referees from last night, and of course, as you saw the game, they were not nice to the girls at all. So we're hoping there to be a little bit more non-biased about the whole situation here. And it got really quiet because everybody can hear me now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Baker High School. I don't remember what game we're on, but
the house commentator's struggling a little bit there. So Nixyaawii Golden Eagles getting ready to go out there. Their starting lineup, Dylan Abrahamson, of course, number 1 tonight. He was on 23 last night. I'm not exactly certain what happened with that, but he had to change jerseys mid through. Simon Picard, number 4. Number 10, Kirk Houle. Number 20, Aaron Barkley. And, of course, the big man himself. You don't ever start a game without Yodi Jackson right there, number 33. Leading the way, the charge tonight, of course, is Jeremy Barkley. His first year as main coach tonight, or this year. So far, he's making the boys look really, really good. They adjust accordingly. They try man-on-man coverage. If it doesn't work and they're driving in on them, they change them to zone. You know, Simon and Coyote trying and hitting that center spot there, trying and keeping that baseline secured at all times. Kirk Houle around and jumping in there. But then also Kirk has a really good, unique ability about him. He can try and be out here in point guard status. He can be a forward. He can be a center. He's just an all-around universal player. He can throw some threes in there. He doesn't make them all the time, but he can throw some threes. He definitely does some drive-ins and some breakaways. Kirk is probably one of the best universal with big old long arms, but one of the best all-around players. So right now, getting ready for tip-off, heading out there. Kirk Houle, the man I was just talking about there. Next big person in line after Yodi Jackson. game minutes up there. Again, Nixyaawii in the black jerseys. Grant Union in the white. Grant Union gets the ball out there trying to throw a quick pass to the baseline, and they make it. Little confusion there for the Golden Eagles. Kirk and Yodi Jackson having a little powwow right there and end up giving up 2 points. But now Dylan's trying to make a drive. One of Grant Union's big old monster arms stuffed it right out of Dylan's hand. Grant Union's ball right now. Top of the three-point key, farthest away from me. They make a drive, little jump shot right outside of free throw land. Miss it. And Yodi Jackson gets the rebound, but ends up throwing it over the Grant Union's bench. I think he was thinking that he saw in the corner of his eyes Dylan was moving around, and Dylan just didn't have wheels on him or he wasn't paying attention. So we'll hope we get that communication effort worked out. Right now, half-court press, a lot of pressure, man-on-man pressure like I was talking about. This is how they always start off there until they start getting driven in too much. Kirk Hool way out there with the big old arms around. Grant Union on the way on the outside, farthest three-point area for me. Moving it around to the top of the key. Big Yodi Jackson throwing his big paw out there, trying to get people scared around. Kirk covering his guy at the baseline. Guy still gets a jumper off. 4-0 now. Barkley inbounds to Dylan. Dylan waking his way down, waiting for the crew to all get down there. Start setting up a powwow highway there move. Yodi Jackson trying as a block. Simon Picard from outside, cute little two-pointer, doesn't make it. Doesn't follow back with the shot either. Grant Union, Dylan steals the ball. Easy little layup, 2 points right there. Our first two on the board. 6:23 into the first period. Full court press, and it looks like a call on Dylan. First one of the night. Dylan's trying to negotiate with him, saying, no, man, it was jump ball, and ref wasn't going for it. Again, thank you for tuning in to 104.1 KCOW. I'm JD from the Res Show, hanging out with you for the next couple hours. We got varsity boys playing right now. Varsity girls next. Dylan intercepts the ball. Move around. Yodi Jackson back out to Dylan. Dylan at top of the three-point key, calling for his guys to move around. Barkley down the baseline. Yodi Jackson over on the inside. Tried throwing a cute pass to Yodi and didn't make it. Their guy got some hops on Yodi. Steal and stolen by Barkley. Barkley with a quick breakaway all by him lonesome. 2-on-1. And Barkley for two. Already timeout. Grant Union isn't going to play around this time. Every time we see a breakaway like that, Grant Union's just going to be like, no mas, man, no mas. 5:48 in the first period, 4-4. Right now, only one violation heading off to Mr. Dylan Abrahamson. We're glad you tuned in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty nasty weather out there. I got told by my wife I got to hurry up and get back over the mountain before 10 o'clock tonight because we got a weather warning. Sounds like we're supposed to get some inches of snow there at the foothills. So we will see. That's okay. I got four-wheel drive. Yay. My pony will make it over the mountain. It's okay. I got good shoes. I'm all by myself, so I'm going to sound a little weird and probably borderline psychotic because I'm the only one that has to make myself laugh here. So Grant Union inbounds the ball, and he gets Butterfingers, throws it out. Throwing it to a fan, apparently. They knew someone over there. I don't know. Grandpa, dad, something like that. Nixyaawii ball. Picard inbounds to Dylan. Dylan bringing it down. Making some moves there, trying to see what he's going to hand. Trying to get some black jerseys to move around there. Picard at the baseline. Goes cute little spin move, throws up cute little jump shot and makes it. 6-4 now. Grant Union trying to make their way back to the side. They make a fast break. Throw up a shot. Misses it. They get their own rebound. Now he sees black jerseys. And gets called for, I think, traveling is what he got called for there. Nixyaawii ball. Simon inbounds to Dylan. Dylan walks across half court. Calls out a play. Big Yodi at the baseline trying to throw up a deal. Picard up for a shot. Misses it. No rebound. Nixyaawii. Grant Union gets the ball back. White jersey. They're making a press down to the other direction. Traveling called on Grant Union. My apologies if I start sounding a little hoarse. I don't think I'm getting sick, but I know I already went and tested, so I know I'm not. I don't have the Rona. Had to take a drink of water, get a little refresh right there. Dylan with Barkley with the drive in, doesn't make it. Rebound, Grant Union. Dylan tries to go for a quick little steal there, throws his hands out there. You got to watch his hands because they start moving around. Referees don't like to see that. Grant Union with a spin and fade away and sinks it. 6-6 even up. Dylan on his way back down the other direction. A little bit cooler tonight than it was last night. Dylan was a little hot and bothered there. Big Yodi Jackson throws up 2 points right there. Easy peasy, man. Makes it look easy. Full court press by Nixyaawii. Grant Union faced this all the entire game last time they saw us, and they didn't have any answers for it. It was a little rough on them. Yodi Jackson with the rebound. Dylan, fast break down the other direction, trying to push the boys down there. Slows it down a little bit. Kirk at the baseline, moving stuff around. Yodi with the screen. Grant Union's not falling for it. They're asking the guys, Dylan's asking the guys, move around, move around. Dylan makes a drive for it, throws it back out to Yodi, misses it. Kirk Hool, Teron steals the ball back. He drops it back to Grant Union. Grant Union, Teron loses the ball out of bounds, but don't call it. Dylan with the ball. Dylan makes a drive on the inside, was trying to do a quick pass to Yodi Jackson, and Yodi just wasn't paying attention there. Grant Union ball. And like we always talk about, we see Nixyaawii turn around and they struggle a little bit with these no-look passes. They struggle with all this kind of stuff until the second half, and then all of a sudden everything starts connecting. They start getting their timing down and whatnot. Nixyaawii intercepted the ball. Kirk Huel. Barkley on the inside, throws it up and gets knocked down on his taches. Sending Barkley to the line. His first opportunity tonight, Nixyaawii's first opportunity. And yes, Fred, I know I say it wrong, but I can't always all the time. So Barkley sinks his first one. He definitely made his free throws yesterday. He must have turned around and practiced back in the hotel room. Yeah, Nixyaawii girls and boys stayed the night over here last night. I don't know if they're going to stay the night tonight because both their games are late in the evening tomorrow. But I might stay in the night tomorrow night. Barkley misses his second. Grant Union gets the rebound, getting across the half-court line. Still seeing a lot of pressure from Golden Eagles right there. Grant Union moving the ball back to the bottom of the three-key. Moves back and forth. I always call that the shake and bake because they're just throwing it back and forth to each other. And that's hard on any team out there. Nixyaawii still pulling a man-on-man coverage. Keeping Grant Union on the outside of the three-key. They're having a hard time driving in. Anytime they do, they're met with big old black jerseys. Grant Union, a three-point attempt way on the outside. Misses it. Grant Union rebounds. They go back out. Looks like they're trying to make a drive on in. Gets called for travel. Nixyaawii ball. The boys are definitely looking a lot fresher than they did yesterday. Yesterday felt like it was just a practice, and these guys were just kind of meandering around. And tonight they actually they got a little sense of purpose. They're trying to make some plays. They're trying to move the ball around. Dylan back at the baseline, makes a drive on the inside, says, I'm going to throw it in this time. Uses the backboard but doesn't get it, but goes back for a full court press right off the bat. Trying to get the ball back for another attempt. Grant Union gets across the half court. Throw the ball on the top side of the three. Make top of the key, goes up for a three-point attempt and sinks it, bringing them to 9. 9 right now. Even Steven. Less than 2 minutes left in the first period. Boys moving the ball around right now. Barkley at the bottom of the three line. Closest to me, Kirk Hool with, goes down. I think he slipped on the ground. I don't think that was an intentional from Grant Union there. I think Hool just slipped. Of course, Wyatona, who's watching at home, he'll be screaming his head off saying, no, he didn't slip. He got elbowed. So Nixyaawii ball at the baseline. Bounces off a Grant Union guy, giving Nixyaawii another opportunity. And Nixyaawii ball. Yodi at the baseline gets it for 2 more. Grant Union across the half-court line. Got to turn the camera. My apologies there. I'm not paying attention to the game, JD. 3-point attempt. Grant Union misses it. Yodi with the rebound. Dylan trying to move the ball around. Grant Union trying to do some fast footwork. Gets called for a penalty. Giving our boys another opportunity to slow it down, get the boys lined up, get them to do a quick little play. Barkley barking out a play out there. Moving the ball around. Picard making a drive on the inside. Dylan Toronto hits it downtown. Throws it out to Barkley. Barkley up for 3. Sinks it. His first of the night, and it will not be his last. 14-9, Nixyaawii. 1 minute left in there. 60 seconds. Full court press. Dylan and Barkley turn around and trying to get the ball back. Grant Union having a little tough time. Throws the ball way down at the at the three-point line. Trying to get their guys down there and set up. Grant Union throwing up down at the baseline. Sees big old Yodi Jackson, but they use the backboard and get to anyway. Bringing them to 11-14. 40 seconds left in the first period. Barkley bringing the ball down, calling out another play. First play worked geniusly. Now let's see if we can do 2 for 2. Yodi with the screen. Dylan on the outside, 25 seconds left. Yodi gets the big ball, gets called for traveling. Get his shoes, pack his bags. He's out for a powwow highway travel. Grant Union inbounds the ball. Still sees a lot of black jerseys there, having a hard time moving the ball around. 17 seconds left in the period there. Oh, and a crash down at the end. Simon Picard tuck and rolling. This isn't the rodeo, man. This ain't mugging class. What's up? Yeah. Grant Union getting the ball back with 13.8 seconds left out there. Grant Union inbounds base, trying to baseline, goes back out the three-point land. Big old Yodi Jackson trying to throw his hands up out there. Those big meat claws. 5 seconds left. Grant Union's got a last-minute shot they're going to go for. And nothing. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. First period is done and done. Nixyaawii 14, Grant Union 11. Nixyaawii's leading it. As you can see up there, the foul count is really, really, really low, 2 and 2. So that's a good thing. And as they turn around and get refreshed real quick, get some Gatorade in them, some Powerade, some Choosh, some Couch, some Energy Maker. They're going to try and get refreshed there. Barkley down there talking to him real quick. You can always tell when Barkley is really intense, man, because he's down on his knees when he really wants you to listen. When he's just giving you a little quick pep talk, he's just hunched over a little bit, just kind of motivating them and get them riled back up again and talking about what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right, what we can work on, yada, yada, yada. So it actually looks like Bear's not playing right now. Yeah. Bear is in full outfit. Baron Moses, number 3, not playing tonight. I wonder what that's all about. I'll have to ask him. I have to ask around and find out what the scoop is there. If you know, leave it in the comments in Facebook. Why is Bear not playing tonight? Did I not hear something? Did I hear something? What happened? On to the action. Nixyaawii, top of the key. Dylan, Barkley. Barkley drives in at the free throw line, sinks it. Makes it look easy. Quick little jumper, bringing them 16-11. Grant Union now seeing a lot of black jerseys. Been feeling this opposition right from just word go, but they still get it down the other end. That's a good thing because they're moving the ball around. Throw up a shot, misses it. They get a rebound. Black jersey gets the rebound now. Dylan moving the ball around, almost gets it taken away. Throws it back out to Barkley. Simon on the outside. No, the other Dylan Moses at the baseline. Cody Jackson taking a little breather. Kirk, up quick jump shot, misses it. Now, Grant Union ball back down the other direction. They're trying to move the ball around. Dylan Moses trying to put some big arms out there. Causes a Grant Union miss a jump, but they try and got it right back. Black jerseys get it back again. This time, Barkley leading the troops down the other direction. Kirk Hool back to Barkley. Barkley standing at the half-court line right in between top of the 3. coming closest down to the bottom with us, telling Dylan get on the inside, move around, throwing all the boys on the other side, goes up for a quick jump shot right at free throw land again and makes it, bringing them up to 18-11, 7-point lead. Grant Union still facing a lot of opposition there, don't have an answer to it yet. Gets called, looks like on Nixyaawii. Yep, Dylan's second of the evening. I'm pretty sure. Yep, there it is. Dylan's second of the evening. Giving it back to Grant Union. Grant Union inbounding the ball. Bottom of the 3 line right now. Moving around. They see a lot of hands, a lot of black jerseys. Boys have switched over to zone defense instead of man-on-man. Except for the baseline, oh no, they switched there back to man-to-man. Grant Union at the baseline. Little confusion there from the boys. Gave them an opportunity. Grant Union took it. Bringing them up 13-18 right now. Dylan walks his way back down the other direction. Once again, all Nixyaawii boys on the other side. Dylan going out for 3, sinks it. Big tray right there, man. 21-13. Dylan going back for full court press. Hits it and then runs back to try and start putting some pressure on. Barkley, they're doing some midair throws around, but Grant Union almost lost it. Grant Union goes in right to the baseline. Big Kirk gets hands on it, steals it back. Dylan for the other direction. Dylan goes all the way down to the baseline, gives it back off to Picard. Picard makes 2 on that one. Grant Union at the other direction, throws up a jump shot, misses it. Oh, man. Tuck and roll. That was Mr. Picard right there. Or excuse me, Mr. Moses. Dylan Moses taking a tuck and roll there. He didn't let go of the basketball, man. It was just one of those things. I'm just like, he was just going to hold on to it and said, gimme. 5:15 left in the second period. 23-13 Nixyaawii leading the charge during all of this first half. Just really putting the gas pedal down and saying, you know what? This is not my house, but we are here to play the ball. So it's a good thing. So if the news we got, or the rumor I have heard from a couple of sources is that the New Year's Eve powwow has been canceled. We're waiting for official word, but New Year's Eve powwow due to just some sickness on the reservation right now, it has been canceled. They're worried about people gathering and stuff. So if you were making plans to be there, I know I was, so was KCUW. Well, we're not going to be there now. So unfortunately, the sobriety powwow, I do believe we're just waiting for the official release of the notification from the executive office over there at the Yellow Hawk Clinic. Right now, boys are done taking their little break. Nixyaawii getting the ball back. Golden Eagles inbounded to Dylan. Dylan and Barkley at the other end here. Dylan calls up a play. Some moving screens down there. I see a lot of black jerseys. Picard turns around and gets the ball back after it was knocked out of his hand. Dylan Abrahamson for 3. That's his second tray of the night. Dylan with a steal there, still at the baseline. Bottom of the 3 down here, closest to me. He's making some moves around. He's going to spread the wealth around. He sees Picard way out there by himself. Kirk all by himself. He says, no way, I'm going to do another one. Barkley all by himself, gets the rebound, tries throwing it to Kirk, loses it. Picard there trying to make a hands-on. Grant Union throwing a little layup there, don't get it. Ball moving around the other direction. Dylan gets the ball knocked out from him. Grant Union pulling some cues from Nixyaawii, man, coming up from behind and trying to just reaching in and touching. Dylan with his hands way up there. Grant Union trying to make some moves. 4:13 left in the second. Grant Union at the baseline. They throw up a big backboard shot there and actually make connection with it. Putting a rock in the hole. They get 2. 15-26. Nixyaawii back the other direction. Barkley at the base of the 3 here. He makes a drive on the inside, throws it back out to Dylan. Dylan way out to Picard. Picard makes a drive back to Dylan. Dylan backs off a little bit, looking around, see what his options are. Kirk in motion. Back to Picard. Picard goes up for a jump shot. Sinks it. 28-15. 13-point deficit right now to Grant Union. Grant Union still seeing a full court press. And finally, jump ball, Picard. Picard getting a haircut over the holiday weekend, and yesterday I was having a hard time deciphering who that was. So here we are, Grant Union getting the ball back. Grant Union inbounds the ball, back down to the other direction. Sees a lot of black jerseys. They're trying to make a move on it. They make another move on the way outside. Throws the ball to Jeremy Barkley. Apparently he thought he was in his... I'm dropping my cell phone again. Apparently just need to put it in my pocket. Barkley talking to his troops, getting them to move around. Grant Union trying to put a stop to this bleeding. Right now, Picard for two at the bottom. Puts it in. Picard's had the last couple points right there, man. He just keeps crashing that baseboard. Grant Union trying to get the ball across halfway point. And Dylan Moses puts his big face right on that basketball, and they didn't like that at all and called him for it. You're not supposed to block it with your face. You're supposed to block it with your hand. Got him on his beak, as my brother would say. Grant Union inbounds the ball on the other side of the half court. Trying to make a move across there a little bit. Top of the three-point key. Throws a way out long bomb. Tries using the backboard, doesn't get it. And whose ball is it? Grant Union's ball. You can see the ref point or nothing. He just... Grant Union trying to make a move here at the towards the bottom of the line there. Back out the three-point land. Kirk Hool slips and trips again. That's the second time, allowing the sharpshooter to hit a three right there. Kirk Hool needs some new shoes or something, man, because that is the second time he has slipped, slid. Big old shot way out left-hand field by Kirk Hool for a quick rebound. I don't even know who that is. I got a jersey in here. I don't know who it is. Where's Wyatona when I need him? A response by Grant Union, 2 points. Now it's just a back and forth tit and tat. 20-32, 2 minutes left in the the second period. Barkley into Dylan. Dylan for a quick little layup, makes it. Still full court press. They're seeing a lot of movements down here. A lot of black jerseys. Grant Union trying to make a quick move back to the other direction. Gets stopped right at the baseline. Get one of their guys trying to go in, and Picard gets called for reaching in. I know there's number 14 out here, but I don't see 14 on my roster, so I don't know who that is. Who's number 14? Apparently that was Tommy. I had to run over to the bench real quick. So, Grant Union, top of the three-point key, 20-34, 1:20 left in the second period. They go at the baseline, quick little jump shot. They sink it. Yodi inbounds the ball to Barkley. Barkley making his way back down the other direction. The boys have been consistent. They haven't been fast. They haven't been slow. They've just been consistent. Jackson back out to Barkley. Barkley for a quick jump shot, misses it. Yodi with the rebound, puts up 2 more points. Brings it to 36, less than a minute on the board. Grant Union making their way back down to the other direction, trying to make some moves, go for a layup, misses it, gets a fast break to Tommy. Tommy's going down one-on-one, puts it in. Was not even remotely scared. Saw the guy right on his back, and he said, I'm going to throw it up anyway, and connects. Grant Union back the other direction, trying to make some moves here. Leave a three-point shooter open, sinks it. Rallying up his troops right now. Barkley on the other direction now, brings it back down. He goes up for a three, misses it. Rebound Grant Union. They're trying to capitalize now on the time left. Goes up for a quick little spin move. I don't know what that was all about, but He threw it on the backboard way up on the air. 13-3 left in the second period. 38-25. Nixyaawii putting pedal to the metal. In the first half, they usually wait till the second half to put it down. But, man, oh, man. Looks like Barkley, Picard, Hool, Tommy, and the big man himself are going to finish out the first half here. Barkley down 5 seconds. Back out to Kirk. Or Yodi. Yodi for three and misses it. He's going to connect on it. One day he will connect on it, and you will hear me scream like I just skinned my knee on the playground right there. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 25-38, Nixyaawii. Golden Eagles leading the charge. Led right out of the gate. Did not slow down. Did not stop. And boys are looking really, really good. Giving Grant Union a real big run for their money right now. So we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We're not turning the channel off. Just hang out with us for a little while. And Lily, back to you for Station ID. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. KCW 104.1. This is JD from the Rez Show. I'm usually accompanied by Wyatona, but like I was saying earlier, he didn't put his paperwork in correctly, so he didn't get his permit to leave the reservation, so he had to stay home this time. So it's just me flying by my lonesome. Boots with the fur had to actually stay and do some work. Not that that's surprising. He's a pretty hard-working man himself. So it's just me calling both games tonight. So my voice is going to get very raspy by the end of the girls' game. I might not be able to call tomorrow's game, but I'll be here. Wyatona said he got his paperwork in correctly this time for tomorrow, so he'll join with us, and we just might make him turn around and announce all the game by himself, all of the games. 38-25, Nixyaawii Golden Eagle boys putting the hammer down and didn't even look back. And if it continues on what we see right now, Grant Union has two options. One, start hitting those trays because they're trying to do drive-ins and they're just not getting it. The man-on-man coverage they're doing, it feels weird. It's kind of like a man-on-man / coverage. I think it's a two-zone. There's a fancy word for it, and I am not the most analytical individual when it comes to what it is. But the boys are breaking off from when they're man-on-man coverage to try to double team on the baseline. So Grant Union's trying to go down on base, and they're getting stopped. The only time they have been able to be successful is when we've been confused, we were late to the baseline, but don't mark out number 3 of Grant Union. He's their sharpshooter, man, and if you leave him open for a second, he's going to turn on rain threes all day long. But as I can see right now, Nixyaawii Golden Eagle boys, that is the best. This is one of the best games I've seen so far. Total in the first half, 4 fouls. 2 of them were done by Dylan. And you know what? We're just going to try and see if he can't calm down just a little bit more, lead his team to the W today. Golden Eagles have every opportunity to try and capitalize on this 13-point lead. It's in their hands now to lose, so to speak. So once again, also thank you to Lily manning the boards once again. That's what a good employee does at KCW. Hanging out with you, calling the station ID at the top of the hour, and just moving things along for us so that way we can turn around and be up here. I did make it across the mountain. Was interesting. Halfway over. It'll be interesting going home. So I might be staying I might be staying at a truck stop tonight. Who knows? Right now, back to the action at hand. Golden Eagles getting the ball first half, or excuse me, on the second half here. Dylan to Jackson. Jackson at the top of the free throw line right now. Throws it back out to Dylan. Dylan goes in for a roundabout down to the key for 3. Throws it out to Jackson. Jackson misses it. Now it's a fast break bound to the other side, Grant Union. Once again, man, they get down to the other end and they just can't capitalize on it. Our guys got wheels on it, and they're just like, they will not allow that to happen. Grant Union, outside three-point land, top away from us. Their sharpshooter at the top of the key throws it up, misses it. Rebound, Grant Union. Grant Union goes back up for a rebound, and Kirk Hool puts his paws on it, and they call it jump ball. So it looks like Grant Union gets the ball back. A lot of big black jerseys there at the baseline. They're going to try going for a cute little, their sharpshooter once again, way on left-hand field. They left him alone. Misses that one again. Golden Eagle rebound. Dylan bringing the ball across the half court. Getting his troops lined up. Moving screen. Throws a three-pointer way out in left-hand field and sinks it. I think that's his second of the night. Bringing the score 41-25. Golden Eagles still doing full court press. Grant Union sees a lot of black jerseys down here. Throws the ball away. And Grant Union gets the ball back. Grant Union get ready to inbound the ball. They do. See black jerseys go for a drive at downtown. Jackson unable to stop him that time. Gets them 27-41 right now. Still Nixyaawii leading the charge. Dylan back down the other direction. Slowing it down just a tad bit. Making his plays a little more decisiveness. Down to the baseline to Picard. Picard gets Butterfingers. Loses the ball. Grant Union able to hold on to it, making her way back down the other direction. Top of the three-point key. Looking for some action, looking for some moves, looking for an opportunity. And they find one at the baseline, and they throw it up for another 2 more points. 4 unanswered points now. Golden Eagles need to try and start getting back on it. 29-41. That deficit just keeps going down farther and farther. Golden Eagles now throw it into Mr. Jackson. He goes up and gets called for traveling. Says no mas on that point. Travel, travel, travel. Kirk stepping out. Dylan Moses stepping in. Grant Union inbounds the ball. See 4-on-5 down here at the other end. They haven't even made it across the line yet. Dylan turn around. Dylan Abrahamson down at the other end, trying to keep up with his guy. Grant Union moving the ball, top of the three-point key. Picard turn around and ready to pounce on that. Jackson down there with big old monster arms. Picard able to try and hold on to that ball. Dylan back to the other top of the key. He's going to drive in, throws it on the outside to Picard. Picard says, you know what, I'm going to make it downtown Julie Brown, and he goes up, and he's going to get 2. 5:28 in the third period. Yeah, you heard me say downtown Julie Brown. Old MTV reference right there for those showing my age, and y'all know what I was talking about right there. So stick around. Right after the boys, you're going to see the girls play, and they were a little rough last night, and I think tonight they look a little bit more hungry. They look a little bit more rested. They look more poised to try and bring some pain. Picard making his first, but misses his second. Grant Union trying to make a fast break towards the other direction there. They go downtown 1-on-2 and put 2 into the bucket. Timeout. Grant Union taking a little breather right now. So 5:17 left in the third period. 42-31. Nixyaawii still leading the lead there, but not by much. 11 points is now. It's all that's trying to help them out. Once again, we're glad you're tuned in. KCUW 104.1. We're glad you're listening to us. And, of course, if you're having the awesome opportunity to watch it through Facebook and or YouTube, thank Lily Shoe Ships for hanging out with us, taking care of the board. Or did I just butcher her last name? I bet you I did. No, Lily Shoe Ships. See, this is what happens when you're gone for 15 years. You forget people's names and last names and nicknames and everything else like that. So, and I just found out where I just came from, which is Fargo, North Dakota area. They got 3 feet of snow, and they got more on the way. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy I moved where only 2 inches of snow is in the forecast. So, pretty happy about that. All right, back to the action right now. Big shout out to Judge Johnson, if he happens to watch. He's been dying to try and listen, at least to try and the game going on here. He gets a big crack out of my goofy little sayings. And now Nixyaawii coming down the other end. Dylan trying and throwing out some signs there. Gets the ball taken away. It's now 2-on-2. And they don't get the first 2 points, but the referees are going to give them an opportunity to capitalize with no pressure. 2 points from free throw land. Grant Union doesn't make the first one. So I'd say almost that foul was worth it. That was Dylan Moses' second one of the evening. So Grant Union capitalized on 1 point on that. Dylan Abrahamson calling out a call right now, moving the ball down the other direction. Got a screen for him to help him out a little bit. Back to Barkley. Barkley up inside the three-point land. Throws it up to Jackson. Jackson throws up a quick little ball but doesn't make it. Already black jerseys down the other end trying to put the pressure on Grant Union, keep them nervous. They lose the ball. Yodi picks it up. Barkley now down to the other direction. Yodi and Dylan ends up going out on Grant Union. Dylan able to keep his feet moving. Moses Abrahamson getting ready to inbound the ball right to Jackson. Puts it up. Quick little toss-up. The beauty thing about Yodi Jackson, man, just a big guy there. You don't got to do much for him. You just lob it to him a little bit. Grant Union still seeing a lot of pressure from for those black jerseys to keep him down on the other side. Barkley saves the ball. Back to Dylan. Abrahamson, he brings down three-point land. Misses it. Barkley gets the rebound. Barkley's doing some fast moves. Little quick jump shot. Banks it. Up to 46-32. 3:58 left in the third period. Nixyaawii moving the ball around. Chasing the ball around right now. Chasing their people around. Still man-on-man coverage. Grant Union throws up a three-point attempt. Misses it. Tried to go for the rebound, but ends up turning and smacking into Barkley. And giving it up to Nixyaawii. So Barkley got the ball. Right now, Abrahamson getting ready to inbound the ball. Abrahamson seeing some resistance there. 2 people to 1. Throws the ball to Moses, but Moses wasn't fast enough. Didn't have the wheels, man. Couldn't get there fast enough, so ends up giving the ball back to Grant Union. Grant Union inbounds the ball, gets across to the halfway point. They've been having troubles with that all night long. They try making a drive on Yodi Jackson. He was able to put his big belly right where he needed to, but they called him on that one. No, who did they call that on? No, Dylan's third. Oh, no, 33. Yep, they got it on Yodi. His big belly gave up a foul there. Grant Union able to capitalize on one. And miss on the second one. Yodi with the rebound. Grant Union throws the ball out, though. Grant Union doing full court press now, taking a little book or a little page out of Nixyaawii's book. But it doesn't really bother the Nixyaawii boys other than moments like that. Golden Eagles trying to put some pressure on these Grant Union boys. There you go. Foul on Grant Union for holding up Dylan Moses. Golden Eagle ball, top of the screen there. Dylan Abrahamson gets the ball. They're still seeing full court press. He makes all the way down the other direction. Another penalty on number 5 on Grant Union now. That's pulling some serious fouls for Grant Union right now. Barkley all by himself on the other side, one-on-one. He says, I can do this. He goes, drives in, sends it out to Picard. Picard out for a quick shot, misses it. Barkley sends it back out to Kirk. Kirk to Picard. Picard's looking for him a little bit better shot, doesn't feel it. Sends it back to Barkley. Barkley way out to Dylan. Dylan into Jackson. Jackson pushes his way in, throws it up, and for 2. 2:30 left in the third period. Black jerseys at the other end, throwing up a lot of hands. Picard's trying to make a way back the other direction. Oh, they get it, but they end up kicking Jackson. Dylan all by himself, 1-on-3. There's Jackson at the end, down to the bottom again. Grant Union now this time putting some pressure on Jackson. They're actually starting to put elbows all up on Jackson, trying to keep him from getting the ball. Kirk inbounds the ball back out to Dylan. Abrahamson out to Barkley. Barkley goes on the screen side, starts doing a little truffle shuffle. Back to Picard. Picard to Barkley, telling people to move around, start doing something. Barkley up for a quick jump shot, misses it. Jackson for the rebound. Jackson makes 2 more. Timeout called. Nixyaawii right there. 146-50-35. That's a 15-point lead right now in the third period. As you can see up there on the foul count, Grant Union to round with 4, Nixyaawii with 2. So this is the least amount of fouls I have seen in any Nixyaawii game, which leads me to believe that the boys are comfortable. They're going at their own speed. And the score is reflecting that. And once again, you can see when Coach Barkley is standing straight up, he's not growling at the boys. He's feeling good about them. He knows they're doing all the right things. And still haven't found out. I'm going to reach out to Wyatona why Bear is not playing tonight. And maybe he can give me some insight to what's going on. Yep, wrong side. There we are. I can barely chew gum and walk at the same time, and yet they put me in charge of operating the camera and talking on a microphone. So, Grant Union brings the ball past. They're at top of three-point. Now they're way out in three-point land. Try to see some moves. They're trying to make a move in on the baseline. They don't get it. Jackson with the rebound. Back to Picard, back to Dylan. Dylan's making his way across halfway court. Starting to set the boys up. Over to Barkley. Barkley starts making a juke move and makes it in there and makes two. 52-35. Grant Union still seeing tons of pressure from the boys in black. They go for another quick drive in and actually get it this time. Called on Yodi. All right, Grant Union up for one shot, misses it. Grant Union misses that. Nixyaawii get it, and then Grant Union throw the ball out. Nixyaawii turn around and getting the ball back. They're getting full court pressure now. Haven't got across the halfway court yet. Finally do. Kirk at the baseline throws up an easy two. Nixyaawii still putting pressure on him at the other end. Dylan putting the hands on, and they go up for another layup on the bottom side, and that's Cowdy Jackson's side. Kirk and Jackson, only two at the other end. Throw it up. Jackson goes for a rebound, misses it. Now Picard has it. Back out to Kirk. Dylan for a three-point land and denied. Grant Union gets across halfway point. Fadeaway jump shot, misses it. Yodi. And there you be. Final on the 3 periods prior. 54-39. Nixyaawii leading the charge. Feeling pretty good about themselves. We got a 15-point deficit to Grant Union. And they're making it look good. They're making it look easy. They're not pressuring. They're not losing a lot of groundwork. They're not losing a lot of points. They're getting a couple drives on him right now, and they're starting to get consistent about the drive. They're hitting back down at the baseline, and coach needs to turn around and stop that option. Whether he pulls Jackson back up higher or he turns around and gets Kirk back down at the bottom there to prevent them, but they keep driving in on the exact same side every single time. So Barkley has to try to make some moves there to move the guys around. Once again, we want to thank you for listening to 104.1 KCUW, LP Pendleton. I'm JD from The Rez Show, hanging out with you tonight. And I'm going to be calling the girls' game. Well, I'm going to attempt to call the girls' game. As you can already hear, my voice is starting to get raspy already, choking on my own words. So we're going to do the best I can. I got a little time to wait here in between the games. Boys getting ready to take the battlefield again. Nixyaawii ball. They're getting it at the other direction already. Quick throw into Jackson. Jackson for two more. I got to think Jackson is leading the points tonight. I know he's leading definitely the rebounds, I'm pretty certain. Grant Union finally get the ball across halfway court. They're down at the baseline. They throw up a shot, miss it. Rebound Nixyaawii. Dylan pushing now hard. Dylan, Barkley, and Picard at the other end. Dylan goes in for a quick, weird little jump shot and makes it. Grant Union back the other direction. Trying to make a response to this full court press. They go for a big three. They make it. Nixyaawii not seeing full court press now. They're kind of backed off a little bit, giving Nixyaawii an opportunity to breathe a little bit, call some plays, move the ball around like they need to. Dillon back in for Picard. Picard up for two. 60-42 with 5:55 left in the fourth and final period. Full court press by Nixyaawii. Dillon, his hands all over him, actually takes the ball away, throws it up and doesn't connect. Grant Union back the other direction. They're able to get the ball back all the way down here. Now they're trying to move it around. They throw it downtown also on the baseline. Gets called. I think it's called on Dillon this time. Yep, his fourth. Grant Union getting the ball, trying to make some plays here at the baseline. They see Yodi. They said, Oh, no, that's Dillon's third. My apologies. Barkley pushing his guy way out in left-hand field. Grant Union goes in and gets in, but doesn't capitalize on the shot, sending it back down the other direction. You got Barkley down there already waiting for his turn to go in for a baseline. Goes back in, quick jump shot back out to Picard. Picard up for the baseline and makes it. Grant Union once again trying to find an answer to this full court press. They're feeling hard pressed because every single time they seem to get it down, then all of a sudden Nixyaawii changes up a little bit, gives it to him. Quick jump shot by Grant Union, capitalizes on it. Kirk inbounds. Barkley back to Dillon Abrahamson. Dillon back the other direction, throws it into Yodi Jackson, back out to Dillon. Dillon goes all the way out to Barkley. Barkley goes in for a drive. Messes up. Should have got called on that one, but I think the refs are just letting them play at this point. Down at the other direction, and they go. Grant Union throws up a three and capitalizes on it, bringing them to 47-62. Still 15-point deficit. Dillon bringing the troops back down the other direction, trying to call some plays, slowing it down, making some moves here. This is the opportunity to start making some plays, start doing some stuff, start capitalizing on your lead. Dillon in for two, bringing Nixyaawii up to 64. Full court press. Grant Union getting down to the other direction finally. Get the ball stolen from them by Dillon. Dillon pushing all hard on the other way direction down. Gets called. Grant Union gets called. Penalty on that, giving the ball back to Nixyaawii. Grant Union completely moving their guys around. Completely did a change out of the bench. They only got 9 guys on their bench. So Jackson inbounds the ball, and then Grant Union swatted away and throw it out, giving the opportunity for Nixyaawii to capitalize on this. Dillon getting ready to inbound the ball, looking for that easy throw as usual. All the way out left-hand field, goes out for back to Dillon. Dillon Abrahamson for three, makes it. Grant Union now see some fresh faces in there, some full court press still by Nixyaawii. Landon Picard now in there for a couple. Dylan Moses getting ready to come back in for a little while. Dylan Moses giving Kirk Houle an opportunity to go rest those legs. So you got Landon, Dylan Abrahamson, Dylan Moses, Yodi Jackson, and, of course, Aaron Barkley. Grant Union trying to make some moves now. See nothing but big monster jerseys. Got Jackson there with his big old bear paws out. Dylan Picard was trying to do some moves, and Landon looks like got called a foul on Landon, sending Grant Union to the line. 47-67, 4:07 left in the fourth period. That's a lot of fours. Grant Union does not capitalize on that first one. Once again, thank you for listening. KCUW 104.1 LP Pendleton, the voice of the Umatilla Indian Reservation. That's right, JD and Wyatona from the Res Show. Wyatona not here today because couldn't fill out his paperwork correctly, so no travel permit for him. Grant Union unable to capitalize on those 2 free throws, giving the ball back to Nixyaawii. Nixyaawii boys now seeing full court press, gives it off to Jackson. Jackson back down to Dylan Picard. Picard, and in for 2 by Jackson. Excuse me, that was Dylan. Yeah, that was Dylan Picard. All right, Dylan Moses. Holy cow. Dylan Moses trying to go for the ball. I just got poked in the belly by Leo Stewart. He didn't even say move. He just poked me in my belly. My belly's not that big. There's the boys now making their way down to the other direction. Barkley going up for a quick little layup. Makes it. Sending the boys to 71-47. Grant Union trying to make an answer to some of these things. Nixyaawii boys steal the ball back. Grant Union is doing everything they can to steal the ball. Timeout. Barkley. Good call, coach. He saw Dylan was down there by himself, 3-on-1, getting ready to potentially lose the ball, calls timeout, gets the ball back. Intelligent. I would have done that. Yay. Okay, I probably would have thought about that after the fact. 71-47 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Nixyaawii leading the run right now. Couple more points. We're on the verge of that 30-point rule where the new OSAA says if you're leading by 30 points, the clock just runs. It just continuously runs. So some of you know that, some of you do not. There's a lot of people when we come to these games, they don't know that that's a rule, and they're screaming at the timekeeper that, hey, the clock is running. Well, yeah, the new rule states that if you're at 30 points ahead, the clock just runs. It doesn't stop. Doesn't stop for anything other than for, I believe it's a foul or a penalty. So, Grant Union. Looking better than they did last time, but still no answers to the big black jerseys, to the Golden Eagles. And stepping in now, number 30. Man, I can't say his name. I wish Wyatona was here. Kywin Clements. Barkley jump shot. Misses it. Holy cow, tons of white jerseys down there getting Dylan Picard, or Dylan Moses, again, just looked like he was giving a piggyback to a couple of those guys. Grant Union doing it for a quick little jump shot. Misses it. Landon goes for a rebound. He gets it. Now Picard to Dylan to Kywin. Almost gets a cute little pass for an easy layup. It'd be his first 2 points for this series. Grant Union ball, 3:04 left in the fourth and final period. Grant Union, Dylan steals the ball, 2-on-1. He says, nope, I'm going to hold it up, and Grant Union steal the ball back from him, giving their guy an easy little layup at the other direction. Dylan saying, my fault. St. Schimmel now inside there. Barkley back to St. St. all the way down to three-point land, moving around. Looks at Landon, sees no one at the baseline, says, okay, I'll go in for it then. St. for 2 points. Not a normal driver there. St. is usually known for those big, long three-point shots, but he gets an easy little layup there. Not bad, Mr. Schimmel, not bad. Grant Union back at the other direction, so you still see a lot of jerseys. They go for an easy little layup, don't make it. Rebound, Grant Union. They go up again. They finally make it. 51-73. They've closed that deficit, and now timeout called on, I don't know who called that timeout. Little over 2 minutes before the end of the fourth quarter. Again, stick around. We're going to be hosting the girls basketball game. Girls taking on, and no Dylan Moses. There is no Dylan Moses. Being told from Wyatona, way over yonder. Dylan Moses, Dylan Abrahamson, Dylan Monaco. Dylan Monaco. So a little insight to the whole Bear debacle. He is not playing tonight. So I found out the reason, but I can't talk about it on the airwaves because, well, it's not my place. So, all right, Nixyaawii ball. Back out the other direction. Barkley being inbounded from Landon. Landon at the other direction. Barkley looking for a hand there. Dylan, he tries throwing out to Dylan Abrahamson, but misses it. Dylan doesn't have the legs like Kirk and Jackson, my man. You can't just throw it out there like that. Barkley gets it. He's all by him lonesome. Easy little layup. There it is. 75-51. Grant Union now. Still seeing a lot of black jerseys before the half court. Making our way down the other direction. Grant Union's trying to do some spin moves. Can't move stuff around. Still seeing a lot of black jerseys moving around there. Grant Union goes for a layup, misses it, gets their own rebound, throws it back up and gets it. There's no Moses. I know that. Well, you know what? There's a Dylan Moses now, okay? Dylan Monaco. All right, Dylan Abrahamson has the ball right now. Back out to Landon. Landon up for three. Misses it. Doesn't even follow his shot. They're so far ahead. He's like, nah, I'll give them an opportunity. I feel pity upon Grant Union. Grant Union gets an extra opportunity. Do not capitalize on that layup. Get an extra opportunity because St. Schimmel was over there giving him the Schimmel shuffle. 1 minute left in the fourth and final period. 53-75. Grant Union makes that one, bringing them up to 54. Barkley stepping out for the remainder of the game. I got a couple of Dylan Abrahamson stepping out for the remainder of the game. Kywin Clements inside there. St. Schimmel inside. Kirk Hool in there. Oh. Who am I missing? Oh, 0. Landon Picard. Kirk Hool. St. Schimmel. Kywin Clements. And Tommy. I don't know Tommy's last name. Number 14. Grant Union misses that one also. Now making their way to the other direction. St. Schimmel there with the ball. Slowing it down for them. Trying to make a play for the guys there. Tommy has the ball. Throws it up. Doesn't make it. Rebound Grant Union. St. Schimmel now putting some moves on to the Grant Union boys. Trying to say just because the starters are not in here doesn't mean we don't full court press. Nixyaawii getting the ball back. Gives it to Saint. Saint out 3-point land. Says, no mas. Kirk has it. Just seen that Kywin does a fancy move back out to Kirk. Kirk picks up the loose change. Kirk makes the drive in there and gets his own rebound, throws it up again, and now is awarded a penalty. See? They messed up. Weptis. I'm going by my program, so I can't help it if Jeremy Barkley doesn't put on the right jerseys on the right guys. Again, I apologize to everybody. I don't have my cohort here, and he would be the one correcting me constantly. So, my bad. 7.8 seconds left. Mr. Hool, I don't think was able to capitalize on that one. And doesn't capitalize on that one either. 7.4 seconds, 75-54, Nixyaawii. I did it right just for Fred. Grant Union still seeing full court press here at the even end of the game. Grant Union going up for a last shot of the day. Nixyaawii put pause on it, man. Holy moly. Nice little finish there at the very end of the game. 54-75, Nixyaawii Golden Eagles capitalizing on that win. I don't have the stats, but I'm pretty certain Mr. Dylan Abrahamson, Mr. Barkley, and Mr. Cowdy Jackson were the lead scorers tonight. I'll have to verify that later. Stick around, girls basketball, varsity, playing against Grant Union. And Grant Union girls, they got 2 of them that are sharpshooters. I'm wondering if Bad Warrior has figured that part out. so that way he can try to stop them before they start hitting threes, man. They got 2 of them, and I believe I see them both, 33, and I can't remember the other one. And if Waiatona was here, he'd be screaming already. But anyways, stick around. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back with you here shortly. Lily, back to you.